Hello, welcome. Ciao, Bella. Good to see you. How's it hanging? What's going on,
Well,
Kim?
how you doing? Well, here we go. I'm gonna have a show today about empath, right?
Awesome. I think you're right. Yes, empath. What a groovy word. What does it mean? Who's an empath? Are you an empath? Am I an empath? Are we all empaths? Where should we start? All right, how about what is an empath? When I say the word empath, Kim, what does it make you feel? What do you think about?
I think of somebody who can feel other people's feelings, or can just feel feelings in the air, like in a group, like if you're in a at an event or something, and there's a feeling brewing, whatever. Just empaths seem to catch on to it before other people do. They catch the feeling before the occurrence of the event.
I
Yeah.
like that. That's a great definition. Catching the feeling of what's going on.
but
Okay.
we don't but don't always know what it is they're catching. So, you know what I mean? They're
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
I personally have a theory. Well, I have
Mhm.
lots of theories. But
Mhm.
my theory is that I'm going to say that 50% of most people's depression, the anxiety, the fear, these things that they feel inside that really weigh people down and put you into that spiral of everybody hates me, I want to go eat some worms and just leave me the heck alone.
Mhm.
Know that feeling?
Mhm.
I really believe that a lot of that feeling comes from being an empath. And people tend to misunderstand the word and misunderstand the usage of it. I had a discussion once with a beautiful woman, and she proudly announced to me that she was an empath and that she was here to heal and help everyone in the world because that was what her mother told her. And so, therefore, she is going to help the world and she will heal the world through her empath because she can feel when people are in pain and she can feel what's going on with people, and that she will take on their suffering with them and she will feel their pain with them and understand it. And that's how she responded. And I said, wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of anxiety. That's a lot of pain. That's a lot of suffering for no reason. Oh, but my mother told me that was my purpose. So
Mhm.
it is not our purpose to carry other people's pain. It is
Mhm.
not our purpose to go and feel the sufferings of those around us or even the collective. An empath can definitely feel the energy of not just, say, a sentient being, of a person in the room with them, but they can also feel the energy of, say, a rock or a crystal or mineral, an animal, communicating with animals, not just our loving dogs, but, the deer and
Mhm.
antelope and the birds. And so there's different levels of being an empath and being able to feel the energy and experience it and hear it. But it's really made for people who are not compassionate. It was one of these beautiful presents or gifts that was given to us on planet Earth so that we could learn to get along with one another. Yes, can I say that one more time? The meaning of life on this planet is to learn to get along with one another. I
Mhm.
tried to make it sound more godly for you if you didn't get that. But the whole idea is that to be an empath, to feel another person's pain, to walk in their shoes is to be empathetic and to be compassionate for them. Most empaths are already compassionate, conscious people who tend to keep eating up the pain, and instead of transmuting it or releasing it and freeing it, they will literally internalize it within their body. And then it becomes your problem. Then it becomes your anxiety. Then you make a protein chain in your brain that becomes a hamster wheel. And now you're worrying and you're suffering for something that wasn't even yours to begin with. So, empaths are amazing people. I'm an empath. Kim, you're an empath. I know so many empaths. Most people are. But we have to learn that it's for us to be empathetic, that we can feel and be conscious for these other people, but it does no good to you or to me to take on this pain.
Right.
That's not healing. I've tried different exercises where I've sat and I felt the energy, and I knew that the first time I knew that I was a true empath was with my first marriage. And I asked him, I said, is there something wrong with your left knee? I can hardly walk. Is there something wrong with your left knee? And he said, yes. He fell off his bike and he whacked his knee somehow really hard, and he was limping and he could hardly walk. I knew he was having pain. And at this time, I was still understanding spirituality. So I was in the same pain for 4 days until he got to a doctor and was able to take care of it. I was limping around and I had no wounds. I had no problem. My knee was fine, but I was sucking in his pain.
I'm glad you mentioned doctors, because an example is that doctors heal us. They do not need to feel our pain at all to heal us. It's not a requirement. So we can recognize it, acknowledge it, still be helpful to that person if we want to, but we do not need to have the burden of their pain.
That's right. My beautiful middle sister, Nicola, she is fantastic. If you're ever in Omaha, Nebraska, you can check out our restaurant. Had to give a shameless plug for her. So my beautiful sister, Nicola, she has it's a type of cerebral palsy in her arm. The exact name of it is Erb's palsy. No, it's fleeting right now. But she has an arm that doesn't straighten out all the way. And for 25 years, I carried her pain in my arm. And I used to walk around as though I couldn't stretch up my arm either.
Wow.
And I went into a beautiful shaman, Rebecca Green. If you're ever listening, you're one of my favorite shamans in the whole world. I went to a beautiful shaman, Rebecca Green, and she actually helped me through meditation, through guidance, let go of this pain of my sister's. I have a normal arm. I'm a little goofy, but I don't have any problems with my arms. And I needed Rebecca to help me understand that that 25 years that I'm holding this pain in my arm, it doesn't help my sister at all. It didn't make her arm go straight. I already had compassion and love for her because I always thought she was kick ass, but it didn't help her. So I hope, dear viewers and listeners, that you understand that empath is an awesome ability. It's great to be empathetic and to understand the pain. But what is happening is our entire collective, let's just look at the United States, okay? Just that collective. You may be watching this anywhere else. Look at your country, look at your city where you're at. The collective has its own issues. So there were 4 years in the American history that I myself was so overwhelmed with the collective anxiety energy that was brought on by certain politics that I found myself in my own depression. I found myself in my own confusion because the energy, not just mine, but all around, was chaos.
Mm.
And so when chaos comes from the top and it trickles down, just like Ronnie Reagan used to teach us about trickle down theory, that
Thank you.
negative energy comes down and it flows and
Mhm.
it makes this giant black, not black, brown,
Gunk.
without light goo of all
Gunk.
kinds of gunk that
Mhm.
cogs the wheels, that stops us from expanding, that stops us from our true love of ourselves. And so when you feel the weight of the world, we also call this the Atlas pain.
Hmm.
Do you know that big sculpture? And he's holding the world.
Hmm.
A lot of people that feel pain right here, we also learned this from Louise Hayes, Heal Your Body. This pain back here is called the Atlas pain because you're carrying the weight of the world on your back and you feel the pain and the suffering. I was telling Kim earlier that I have to change the way that I was praying for the Ukraine and the war because it was bringing me so down and so heavy and into thoughts of great despair and fear of nuclear war and war across the whole country. And I had to clear that out, let go of it. And when we clear things out, we just let it go. We do what we call like an angel wipe. Wipe
Mhm.
it off the day. And you want to push it down because you want the earth to recycle your fears and your worries. And so, as an empath, you just sometimes have to brush it off. Even your back, just brush it off. And then semantics, you move it, shibby it off, shake it off, twist it off. Hot works. I've got a girlfriend that does hot works. She does hot yoga.
Hmm.
Oh, she can sweat out all of the anxiety that's been put on her. Find a way that
Hmm.
works for you that you can release what no longer serves you, where you can release this anxiety, this fear. Of course, simple things like don't watch the news, don't listen to don't read the news. Find a station or a trustworthy source that gives you a neutral answer if you like to stay on top of things, or follow things 3 days later so that you do know what's going on, but you don't need to. Personally, I don't care who's getting a divorce right now. Personally, I really don't care what the politics are in southern Utah because I don't live there.
But may I give an example? When Princess Diana died, and that morning I went to work and they said, "Okay, Princess Diana died," and the first thing I thought was how awful for her sons. Right? That's
Mhm.
all. How awful for her sons. By the time I got home and it was all over the TV, and this was before obviously the everybody's on the online and social media and all that stuff. And the reporting on it, and all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but gradually, I was sad as well. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't, you know what I mean? It didn't affect me like that, but because I was bathing in it now, you know what I mean? Just listening to the stuff, it's like, of course I feel that way now. When really and truly, it does not affect my life in any shape, form, or fashion. But I mean, I can respect the person, but still, they had no effect on my life. So, yeah, it doesn't make us not good people or not caring people because we don't take that stuff on. But we got to stop taking on unnecessary baggage. You can help us help without taking on the baggage, right?
Exactly right.
Mhm.
That's why I was able to do a beautiful healing on a dear friend of mine,
Mm,
and she said, "You saw all the suffering and the pain that I went through. Does that affect you?" And I said, "No, I'm a conduit. I
mm,
connect you to source. I'm just here and source and the angels, they clear you out. I just saw the information as it was passing me, so I know what was happening, but I don't go into it. I don't touch it. I don't
Right.
need to, right?
Mhm.
In fact, that brings us to this next point here. Okay, so it may not be the best, cutest little outfit here, but let me show you a quick meditation on how you can actually protect yourself every day from
Mhm.
the outside yuckiness of other people's issues, you know, the world itself and all of its beauty. Well, we need to find a way that we can actually express ourselves and not have to be in physical pain. All right? So, what we're going to do here is a little meditation that I call Mother Earth, Father Sky. And Mother Earth, Father Sky is quite simple. Hopefully, you can still hear me here. The whole concept is that every morning, or if you're going to a large event, a festival, a convention, football game, a high school game, if you're going to be around a lot of people and you just want something that's going to protect your energy from other people's negativity and other people's, it's not just their negativity and their energy, but it's also, remember we've talked about ghosts and how
Mhm.
ghosts are just human spirits caught on this plane. Well, it also is going to protect you from the ghosts or from necromancy. Unfortunately, it does not protect us from trolls on the TV, but you know, it does. It does pretty good for everything else. So when we start, I always recommend giving 3 thank yous, and gratitude is just going to get you in that right mindset. It's going to get you started off always on the right foot. So I start by touching the ground and saying thank you in my heart, thank you into my third eye. All right, so I did my thank yous. And
Mhm.
if you would like to do this meditation standing up with me, great. If you want to do it sitting down, great. If you want to do it later, groovy. So once you give your 3 thank yous, you do want to find yourself with your feet square with your hips. In other words, in a loose, comfortable position, knees kind of relaxed and bent. You never want to be in a stiff, upright position because that's going to make you fall over. And that's tension. We don't need any tension to start with. So we're starting in a nice, loose manner. And as we stand here, you start by imagining as though your soul, your spirit, is going to go down, down, down to Mother Earth. Remember that beautiful golden slide that Vanessa took us on? We're going to just go on that slide and we're going to slide down past the floor, down past the earth's crust, down, down. Just imagine your whole being of light going through the earth's mantle, past the water, through the granite, through all the gemstones, down, down, down. And when you hit the very center of Earth, we're going to imagine as though it's a huge beating crystal, a huge quartz. And we're going to imagine that this huge heart quartz in the center of the earth is Mother Earth's heart. And we're going to start to feel all of that prismatic love and all of that energy down below. And so we're going to imagine as though the great Archangel Uriel is there with us. And Uriel is going to help us pull up this energy of Mother Earth, this connection that we have deep in the ground, deep with who and what we are. And so, Archangel Uriel, be here with us as we begin to pull this energy of Mother Earth, this beautiful beating heart quartz in the center of the earth. And we pull up, 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 up this energy. And we begin to ascend back up, 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 up through the granite, up, 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 up through the rocks, up, up past the gemstones, up through the waterways. And soon you begin to feel beneath your feet that hot magma love. Now imagine as though you're pulling up, up, up this energy. Feel that energy come up through your feet, up your ankles, up, up, up your calves, up your thighs. Feel this energy, this hot magma love come up through your stomach, up into your heart. And you feel like a flagpole. You feel supported and strong. You are stable within Mother Earth. You feel that connection. And so once you pull that earth energy up into your heart and you feel that connection, I mean, it is a strong energy holding you. You might even feel taller because it's supporting you so much. Now imagine as though your crown is opening up. And as you open up that third eye, that higher chakra, invite in with your heart, Father Sky. Invite in that conscious light energy of the universe. Invite in, it could be called the Saint Germain light, the key energy, Ra. It's also called the Christ consciousness, Buddha's consciousness, Krishna's consciousness, the Holy Ghost. Invite in the universe to come in through your crown, through all time and space, in through your third eye as it expands out past the horizons. Pull that Father Sky energy all the way down through your heart and down into Mother Earth. And feel that energy in Mother Earth connecting as it goes straight down your spine. It's that Kundalini energy, but now it's going down into Earth. And as the Christ consciousness, as this key energy goes down, you feel that Mother Earth energy from your heart going up. And now you have these two energies. Now you are a conduit. You have Mother Earth and Father Sky, and you can feel it going down through your feet and up through the crown of your head. And the transition of holding this space alone is connecting you in. It's also clearing all your chakras and raising your vibration. And so now I want you to put your hands together right at your belly. And I want you to feel as though you're making a ball of energy. Your chi or your ki energy. And I want you to take this energy in your belly and I want you to pull it up towards your heart. And I want you to hold your hands as though you're holding this ball of energy right in front of your heart. And this ball of energy is the ultraviolet ball of protection. So I want you to imagine yourself as though you're 2 inches tall and you're in your hands right now. You're in this beautiful ultraviolet bubble that you've made. And you're right here in front of your heart. And you imagine yourself right here in your hands. And I want you to say with me 3 times, I love you. Now say your name. I love you, Rachel Otto. I love you, Kim Mello. I love you, Kim Mello. Isn't that awesome? That's how much the universe loves you. And now I want you to take this ball of energy, this ball of love that you have. And if there's somebody that you're worried about or that you're feeling their pain, I want you to put them in this bubble with you. And I want you to say, I love you. And either think or say the person's name. And instead of worrying, let's send them love and healing. Let's do that right now. I love you, Blaine. I love you, Blaine. I love you, Blaine. I love you, Jerry. I love you, Jerry. I love you, Jerry. I love you, Shane. I love you, Tyra. I love you, Dad. Pretty cool, huh? And now that we sent our love to those who we're concerned for instead of worrying, we're going to take this big, beautiful ball of ultraviolet light and we're going to surround ourselves. And then if you're going to something like an outdoor festival or something, an airport, an international place, I would call in your favorite guide or ascended master. Archangel Michael, would you please continue this protection for me all day long? Please allow love to enter and flow freely in and out, and all things that are not for my highest good, please reflect them back. It's just a simple thought. Feeling that space. You can even feel your own energy change. Of course, I turn to the right and I say thank you. And for this particular meditation, that's how you end it, because you want to keep that bubble of energy with you. You want to keep that feeling.
Thank you for that great gift. That is a beautiful way to love other people who aren't right there with us, who need our prayers. That is beautiful and a beautiful way to love ourselves.
Did you feel that first I love you?
Yes.
I love that. It doesn't matter how many times I do it. I still get that I'm loved. We are all loved. We are all part of this amazing journey. It's really, how do we choose to be? So I think that's awesome if you're an empath, but I'd rather you not suffer anymore. I personally dream of a free society where everyone's happy and we all are self-governing and self-responsible. I do believe that will happen someday.
Yeah, absolutely.
But until then, there's no need for you to suffer or feel trauma or pain that isn't yours. We already go through enough in life. Sometimes it's just hard enough to wake up. We don't need to feel the suffering and the pain of the whole world. It's awesome if you're a person who doesn't feel and you need to understand and be empathetic for the other person. But on a daily basis, let's just focus on our heart. Let's just learn how to be present. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we did another good episode here. Any closing thoughts or comments with everything, Kim?
Just a reminder that it's okay to help people, but you don't have to feel their pain to help them.
Yes.
That's
We do
it.
want people to help each other. But there is a point where some people have to learn to say no and help themselves first.
Mm,
And we have to understand that the happier we are, the more balanced we are, then it's easier to help others. And it's also easier to step up and volunteer and just lead by example.
hmm And be part of the world. Absolutely. I can speak on that personally.
Awesome. All right. Well, my name's Rachel Otto. You can find more about me at waychilllife.com. If you'd ever like to book a private session, I do them online. It doesn't matter where you're at. Energy has no time or space, so it goes through. Love to talk to you, help you out however I can. And other than that, check us out on Wednesdays and Sundays live, or watch any of our other fun episodes as we're learning how to step into this now moment of love.
Bye, guys.
Bye.